Well, hey, everybody. Hey, Amber, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We've got some kind of fun going on tonight. I don't know about you, but I have been so excited.
So excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, since we found out that Nate was going to be able to join us tonight. We have tried a couple of times to get Nate on. So he said that since this is the third time, we're going to say it's third time's the charm.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, it looks like we have a few people here with us. Do you want to see who else here?
Absolutely. We've got Jeff Evans.
Ah, he was here early.
He
Hey,
was here
Jeff.
very early. We have Freaks Figures, Brian Carr.
Hey, Brian.
We've got Jesse,
Hey, Jesse.
Trevor,
Hey, Trevor.
Kevin McCoy.
Hi, honey.
We've got Curtis,
Hey, Curtis.
Pinnacle of Decadence,
Hey.
Kirby,
Hey, Kirby.
Collier,
Hello.
Darla Ackerman.
We know her. Hey, Darla.
We love her.
We do.
We've got Dylan,
Hey, Dylan.
TJ,
Hey, TJ.
and William,
Hey, William.
Greg,
Ah, hey, Schmerber.
uh, Satanic Goat. I had to read that for a second before I could say it out loud. Reading's not my strong suit.
Hey, how are you?
And J Mac.
Hey, J Mac. Welcome. Well, everybody, welcome and thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is a super exciting night here on Legends Ladies Live. We have got somebody that we have tried and wanted to have on the show a couple of times, and we are so excited to have him here. So, a big welcome to our friend Nate Strong. Hey, Nate.
Hi, Tanya. Hi, Amber. Hey,
Hey,
everybody in the chat. What's going on?
we are so excited.
Me too. We finally made it happen.
I know, I know. It's just been a little while since, but I'm so
All good.
excited
Me
we can
too.
finally get you on. Um, we are first things first. Just saw Schmerber put that question up there. We can't wait to see you guys in MuskeeCon, and
Heck yeah.
yes, the McCoys will be there this year.
Awesome. Can't
Yes.
wait.
So we are super excited that we are going to make that trip happen, and we are going to make Toylanta happen the weekend after. So it is going to
Wow.
be a, and the week
Whirlwind
before
tour.
we are in Wilmington for a wedding. So we are traveling for 3 weekends in a row in March.
Wow. Getting
How fun.
around.
Yeah.
Fun. That's awesome.
So we're
Are you guys going to have a table at MuskeeCon or any of these places or no?
we're
Just
not going to
you
have a
guys.
table at any of the places. The only tables that I'm going to have this year is I'm going to have a table at IshCon. We're
Nice.
going to have a table at CarverCon.
Awesome.
And then I will have a table again at Legion's Con.
Just kind of, okay. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So I think 3 tables a year for as many customs as I do is probably more than enough. So, um,
That's awesome. You guys are getting to a lot of shows. I'm jealous. That's great.
yeah. Well, we're right in the middle of a bunch
Yeah.
of them. I mean,
Yeah. You're in a good spot.
um, MuskeeCon is really the longest trip that we will have.
How long does it take you to get there?
So it's like 12 or 13 hours.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
12
that's a
hours for
drive.
us as well.
Is it? Dang.
Yeah, so we'll go to Columbus, Ohio the night before,
Okay.
and spend the night. on Thursday night before MesquiCon, and then we'll drive
Split it up.
into MesquiCon on Friday, and then be there for Friday night for the meetup, and then
Pretzel bar.
Saturday we'll do the show, and then Sunday we will probably drive all the way home.
Okay.
So it'll be a late night on Sunday, us getting home, but that's what we
Worth
did
it.
last year.
Cool. Can't
Worked out.
wait. It's gonna be great.
I think we're coming Friday and leaving Monday.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I cannot wait.
I
How long
love
is the
them.
drive for you guys, Amber?
I think 12 hours.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, not at all.
We'll rotate.
Yeah. And Kevin does most of the driving, but with us going to Columbus for the first night and then driving up the rest of the way, it's like maybe 6-7 hours and then another 6 hours
Yeah.
up to Mesquite. So it's
That's
not
not bad.
terrible. Yeah. Driving home, that's a long day.
That'll be a
Yeah.
hike.
Yeah. Curtis said my bestie is coming.
Absolutely. We're so
Awesome.
excited.
Cool. That's gonna be great to have you guys.
Yeah. So we are super excited. All right. Let's first go through the news. Amber, you want to bring up? Yeah.
My mouse. I'm going to learn one day.
Go
I
left
don't
to
think
go
I can
right or
figure-
whatever.
Yeah. Well, first things first, February 18th. Who is excited for the retailer's drop?
Oh yeah. Great wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the two new figures that we're getting, I don't even know their names. I know one is like a snake man and one is a cosmic.
Varsalis or something like that. I'm blanking out on it too. That's the one I can't wait for. Mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Coming in the
fantastic.
chattel now. And then the other one's a Motu sort of, isn't it? Kind of a maybe tribute or not Motu. The space dude, the cosmic, is it kind of a tribute to a line I'm not super familiar with, but it's a very cool looking figure.
Yeah, it is. And I know several people said that they were getting multiples of that figure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. And then right after that, Rising Suns. Now, my understanding is Rising Suns is going to take 3
shipping containers.
3 containers.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
massive.
So they don't know which container is going to be first, second, and third. But I know that their plan is to start shipping as soon as they can. With that.
They'll be all over it.
So my hope is that the all-ins are in the first shipping container. Oh, well, and 2, those are the easiest for them to get out. Get off the thing, slap a shipping label on it, and ship it out. So that, those are the easiest for them to get out. But I am, Brian said it's a Horde Trooper.
That's
tribute.
right. Yeah. And I think if I understood it right, they say if the all-ins are not in first, and so they'll start shipping whatever does come in first. But once the all-ins get there, they will switch gears and start cranking them out. I think it's not like they'll get that first container out, they'll wait for that to be all gone, and then they'll move on. I think once those all-ins arrive, I think they're going to shift and start putting them out. So even if they're not in the first container, they'll be right after, I imagine.
Yeah.
Vernalis, thank you, Trevor. I know it's the V word.
Vernalis Ardenscale, yes. But yeah, that I am super excited for the Rising Suns, of course. Nieve is the one that I am looking forward to the most. Amber, do you have a favorite of that wave?
I think the dwarves.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
They're so cute.
They are. And we needed an update for the dwarves.
For
There's
sure.
so much good new stuff in that dwarf pack. It's amazing. Nate, what about you? What are you most excited for in that wave?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think the standard kind of answer for a lot of people is Bodvar, the bear, but beyond that, I might have to go with Scapular.
Ooh.
I just
Oh
think he's
yeah.
incredible. The two looks you get from that figure, and but I mean, everyone's going to be a winner. Yeah, I can't wait for Nieve, the
Really?
dwarfs. I mean, it's going to be an incredible wave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, I've been thinking because we're getting the unicorn, so
Hmm.
I think I am going to take um the black horse and um create maybe a paint horse
Mm.
with that, and then take the unicorn parts and put it on Bishop, a white horse,
Ooh, I like that.
and then see if there's a way that I can create wings.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ooh.
Good call. And I
But
think
that's
this is going to be the first black horse we get that's got sort of the furry lower legs
right.
in all black, right? So
Yeah.
I can't wait just for that version of the horse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And there, I don't, you can't go wrong. I mean, everything in this wave is amazing. And I think there's so much customizing that you can do with this wave, not only just the pop and swaps, but, all the new point 2.0 um, uh, things that are coming in this as far as pieces and parts. And then, of course, having Nieve and the dwarf female, so the 1.0 female parts. I mean, there's just so much goodness here.
Yeah, loads.
So super excited about that. And
One
then
thing we've seen for years out of the third party customizers is awesome male dwarf heads, but I can hardly recall any female custom 3D, female dwarf heads sculpts that we've got. So I
Hmm.
think we'll be seeing a lot more new of those. I mean, we've got some from them, but
there's a
not a lot.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm really looking forward to seeing what all these amazing third party sculptors and painters are going to create.
Yeah. I think the big thing is a lot of times with the female dwarf heads, like somebody did a female dwarf head that had a beard. And I'm like, really? Can
Well,
you do me a pretty female
right.
dwarf head? I mean,
Yeah.
so I was
A
like,
bearded woman.
really?
Yeah.
I don't know of any female that's going to want a beard.
I know. It's a trope, but it's just, yeah, not my
It
jam at
is.
all either.
Yeah.
No.
No. So, but I am looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great wave. And like I said, the customizing that we're going to be able to see from that wave is going to be amazing.
For
And
sure.
I am excited for Bodvar. So excited for Bodvar. But I am even more excited for when we get the polar bear so
Ooh.
that I can see Curtis's Christmas scene with the Coca-Cola polar
It's
bear.
Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm excited for Bodvar. Trust me, I am. But I'm really excited.
Yeah, I can't wait for that polar bear too.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. Um, all right. So then we have right after that the next Ox um, crew should be on the water and arrive. And I think they said they were going to try to get that out before the Chinese New Year, which is February 17th.
Hmm.
What a great day that is, February 17th.
Is that someone's birthday?
It's my birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy
Yay!
early birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Birthdays are so
So
exciting.
that is the start of the Year of the Horse,
Oh.
which is exciting. And it's the Year of the Red Horse, which is exciting. What a great thing that is. So,
Cool.
yeah, super excited for that. But Chinese New Year, I believe, starts on the 17th. So I don't know how many days before that they take off, but I know that they're off for at least maybe a week before and a week after. So if that's the case, they should be getting Ox Crew on the water in the next week or so.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
don't know
amazing.
how, like I said, I don't know how much time they take off, but hopefully that'll hit the water soon. And then we have the Infinite Legions.
Mm-hmm.
You guys excited for that one?
Excited. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just got my Glios scale version in last week, was it? I think, and I love it, and it just makes me even more excited to get the Infinite version in.
Yeah. So we don't collect Glios. It's not, you know, we've got to. I got to stop.
Right.
At some
Yeah.
point,
You got to draw the line
choose.
somewhere. Yeah.
There's no
And
limit.
I
Glios,
only have like 3 or 4. That's
yeah, and
about,
Glios
yeah.
are cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we did end up getting the Glios that this one, the Faden, the original Faden, and then we got the Faden that resembles this one that's a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting this Faden, so I will have all 3 in a display.
Oh, that's fun. That's great. It's a good way to do it.
So, but we can't afford to pick up any more. I'm like,
No,
this is
I know.
it.
I'm with you. It's fun, and yeah, as fun as they look, I'll live vicariously through people like Bill and Pete McCarthy.
Yeah.
Jeremy, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. My pocket one is going to be the imp Boris.
No, yeah,
that's gonna be the one I carry around in
you
my
carry
pocket
a
all
little
the time.
Curtis around with you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna take or Jesse with the not the wolf head but the
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, it's at my tongue. Fuzzmonk.
Fuzzmonk head. I'm gonna one of those 2 I can carry in my
There
pocket
you go.
everywhere.
One in each pocket.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that.
All right,
I put Curtis
and
in my back pocket.
I think there's a second slide
Yes.
to this one. Yes. So then it looks like we have Ashes of Agmendur should be coming shortly after that, which again is a great wave.
Amazing
this
wave.
one is
Can't wait.
this one's the gold skeleton and the angel John Joe, yeah, Joseph the angel,
Joseph.
the other senator, and then the genie with the smoke.
Yes, very cool.
Yes. I want that smoke to match the other genie we already have now. They need to
Blue version, yeah.
Yeah, they need to send that.
I'm blanking. Man, my brain is just not with it tonight. But the cat,
Oh yeah. Kai Pacha.
Kai Pacha, thank you. I can't wait for that. I've got several of those.
Yeah, that's gonna be Kevin's
Goblin Pack.
Yeah, I think the Kai Pacha is probably Kevin's pick.
Cool.
Yeah. So, then we have the Graveyard Skeleton and Zombies. How cool is it that we are going to get current day zombies with the current clothing and all that stuff?
I love it. I love where they're going with Graveyard. Just the whole vibe of it and the possibilities it opens up. And I'm excited this is coming before Halloween too. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. So I am super excited to see what the community of photographers do with the modern day zombie. and then
Yeah.
doing the pack of clothing as well. I think they're, taking a step into the RPG game where they're going to have the packs that go along
Mhm.
with, so giving you a pack of clothing to go along with. I think that is a great idea.
Yeah.
um and then we have, oh
The legacies.
yes, the legacies. So these are the ones that they pre-ordered after the original
Yeah.
sellout. So that's the pre-order of those, and then they're still hoping to get Bayethier out this year, which
That'd be incredible.
it would be incredible.
I'm
So
knocking on some wood right now.
yeah, um, yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, so we've got lots of stuff on the water or getting ready to hit the water, and lots of things coming after the Chinese New Year as well. So super excited about those. Amber, what else did we have that we wanted to look at?
We've
Oh
got
yeah, I am so excited about this guy for ToyCon New Jersey, the Highland Warrior.
Me too. I love
Yeah.
it.
This is fan freaking tastic. I am so excited.
It's great.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think that everybody that takes photos of this guy needs to do a video of them speaking in, the Scottish brogue or the Irish brogue.
There you go. Yeah, when you show your behind the scenes, you explain what
Right.
you're doing.
With an accent.
I think that should be like, you just gotta have that. So
All right. I'll start working on my accent.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this is only available at ToyCon New Jersey, as far as with the extra head. Again, anything that they have done before, they have said that this is going to be the same. You're going to be able to get one from the Four Horsemen later on, that is not going to have the extra Magnus head. So if you want the extra Magnus head, then you will need to either go to ToyCon New Jersey in April, I believe, or you'll need to have somebody that is there that can pick you up one.
Get yourself a mule. Pick up
Yeah.
one for you.
All right. What
I
else have we
haven't
got?
had the dates. Let's see. What else? Oh, there's other.
Yeah, that's the Magnus head, not that one, the other one.
Yeah,
This
that's
one?
That is,
exclusive.
yeah. Yeah, that one is the exclusive.
Yes.
And I've heard several people say like that's their favorite one. So I
Can't
think
go
That-
wrong with Magnus ad. It's iconic.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And then
My scrolly thing. This one.
yes. So I love this too. I don't know about you guys, but when they showed us this, told us when everything is coming, like this is fantastic because you
Oh,
can go
yeah.
ahead and plan ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know that, well, the cosmic character packs, that is finished. If
Retailers now.
retailers
Some
are going to carry them,
Yep, I know.
then
Big Bad
you
has them.
should, right, then you should be able to let them know that you want them, and they'll post them for pre-order. So if you have a retailer that you love, that you use, guys, you guys know that Dragon's Horde is in my little city, so I'm all about supporting them and helping them, stay here so I can get all the figures that I want. But if you want them, go to your favorite retailer and say, hey, are you going to order these? And order from them if you did not pick them up. Then Archon tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so
Excited.
excited for this.
So, question, we know we're getting Archon. What else do you think we're getting?
Ooh. I
I don't know the names of them off the top of my head, but I know there's like a human like
Yeah,
figure. That would be
a,
my
a
safe bet.
right,
Um, just because I think they would have some of that already ready to go.
right.
Because I think there's so much new tooling and stuff with this guy, Arcan, um, that maybe they wouldn't have to invest as much in that. But I hope we get the whole. I think it's five figures
Yeah,
from Joe's group. That's my guess. But yeah, like I said, I want all of them, so it doesn't matter to me. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the documentary they're going to show at 8. That's going to be really cool, and just yeah, super pumped about this.
yeah. I'm so excited. I can't even begin to tell you now. I know a lot of people are wanting the mana core.
Hmm.
I believe one of the figures is also uh, uh, I know one of them had big wings. I don't know the names of them either, but I know that every single one of them looks amazing. But I agree with you, Nate. The one that would be probably the easiest to create with this one with all new um, tooling would be the warrior, the barbarian.
Hmm.
So I agree. Amber, do you have a guess?
I'm unfamiliar, so no guesses from over here. Just excitement.
Whatever they put out is
Yeah,
going to be amazing.
it'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm in
Yeah.
for it all.
And then the end of February is the RPG.
Yeah.
Again, oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Jeremy said like just wait till you see they've been holding back some really good stuff. So I can't wait to see that. I'm real
Yeah.
curious. I don't know if you guys have heard. I can't think if I have off the top of my head, but has anyone stated how long the Kickstarter will run? A month? Maybe? More? I don't know.
He hasn't said, as far as I know, I haven't heard him say, so I don't know. Um, but we missed the San Diego Comic Con Paladin cleric, so I'm getting mine in the first day because that's the one part that I am missing that I need more than anything else.
Yeah,
So
I have one, and it's an incredible figure, so I absolutely have to have at least one more.
yeah, um, but that's the one figure that I'm excited to get now. I'm excited about everything,
Oh
but
yeah.
I'm super excited about that paladin cleric. I think that's going to be crazy.
It's a nice figure.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I'm just
uh,
super excited to see how this is going to play out in the world beyond our community, how it's going to get picked up and talked about and shared. And, I mean, that the big hope is that it obviously goes beyond. We all know we're going to support it and everything, but I'm just super hopeful and optimistic that it's going to do great things out in the gaming community and beyond. So I'm really
yeah,
excited for that part of it.
I was really hoping that they would do a show or something about the first um, page show that they went to with the gaming community to see how that went and what people thought and kind of that whole um, because that was really their first foray into any of the shows that are specifically made for the RPG.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see like how that went, how they were received, what kind of all of that too.
I gotta believe that Brad's putting together yet another documentary about this too. I bet we'll
Yeah,
see one close to launch. I would have to think. There's usually something like that on the Kickstarter pages. There's usually videos and background stuff like that. So I'm pretty positive we'll see something like that. Yeah, and
yeah,
I can't wait myself.
that'd be awesome.
Brad
Yeah,
does
Curtis
great work.
says get ready for the next 24-hour live stream. So
Oh
we
Heck
yeah.
will be
yeah. Yeah, it'll be
a
fun.
live stream to finish up the Kickstarter. I think Curtis said that they had already planned that it will end on a Saturday night.
Okay.
So live stream will be going on, you know. So that's fantastic. I cannot wait.
Cool.
And then the next in stock sale is in April. So it looks like maybe a month, because if the in stock sale is going to be in April, I
Hmm.
would say, this starts the end of February. So maybe 5 to 6 weeks.
I'd say
For,
that's a good guess. Yeah.
yeah. So that would be fantastic. And to know what the plan is and what we have coming. And I know they can throw things in there, but this really helps people figure out, like, money wise, okay, what do I need to save for this? Or what do I need to
Hmm.
do for this? Or whatever.
Yeah, and
So,
I don't know about y'all, but I was super relieved to see that this wasn't coming until April because
yes.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in that,
Yes.
sale.
Yes.
So,
Still.
yeah,
Yeah.
gives us time to
So
save up our pennies for sure.
that's exactly right. Save up our pennies. Um, all right. What else do we have to talk about, Amber? I think the graveyard. Yeah. So they did
Super fun.
show the packaging for the graveyard skeletons. What do you think about this, Amber?
Oh boy, do I love it. That is like the cutest little box.
Oh, it is so amazing. I think Tom did this one, right? I don't think Nate did this one. I think Tom maybe did this one. But yeah,
I
this is
think so.
Yeah.
this is fantastic. Nate, what did you think?
I think it's super fun. To me, it just reminds me of it's very retro. It just reminds me of almost like getting stuff like old candies,
Yeah,
which I think are kind of like those, colorful skeletons back when we were kids.
yeah,
It totally brings me back to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I love it.
excited to also see what the big box is going to look like. If this is
Hmm.
the individual boxes, what did they make the display box to look
Yeah,
like?
a giant
Yeah.
Hearst.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. Now that we know what this looks like, I'm excited to see that. But yeah, these are fantastic. What and I think when they were showing the graveyard skeleton, somebody in the comments said, the box should be a coffin, and I can't believe they figured out how to do it. I mean, that's amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah. All right. What else did we have in the news?
God. This.
Yep. Tomorrow night, I think Nate said earlier at 8 o'clock, they're going to run the video.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to jump on and watch the video at 8. And then at 8:30, the live stream starts where they're going to tell us what we're going to be getting. And then at 9 o'clock, pre-order start.
Yep.
So be a great Friday night. We are looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow starting on Friday
Are
night
you?
into
Wow.
Saturday. So I've got nothing but put my feet up and watch.
Nice. Stay cozy.
That's
Sounds
right.
nice.
Oh, and Curtis said after party on Offworld. So yeah, at 9 o'clock, go to Offworld and you'll be able to listen and talk about what was just revealed and all the goodness there. So
That is
super
my
excited.
kind of Friday night.
I know. Absolutely. All right. What else have we got there, Amber?
Hold on, I lost my mouse again. There it is. Keeps disappearing. Alright. Looks like the box art for this one.
Yes. Did you guys see this today?
I did.
Yeah. I love that.
I do too.
Purple Gang Gang was so excited.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I think the blue of the figure and then doing the purple and the pink to kind of set it off. Oh my goodness.
Oh
How
yeah.
gorgeous is this box?
Love it. Good stuff. I could
It
just see
is.
Van's beard just going, woo.
Yeah, I mean it is amazing. I don't um we didn't get enough ice really in North Carolina to take out the power lines, which was a blessing for sure last weekend. Um, but
Oh, don't
man,
think yourself.
yeah. Well, and I don't have any idea what's coming with the snow that we're coming up on. We've had ice and
Oh, that's
on our
painful.
roads for days,
Us
days,
too.
days. So yeah, so
It's like
I
they
can't
don't even
imagine.
plow.
Um, so I am hopeful that um, our buddies Van and Jordan are doing good. East of me, I haven't seen kind of what their roads and stuff are like, but here where we live, it has been terrible. So
Man, be
but
careful out there. Stay safe.
yes, we will. All right. So I think that is it for the news.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so excited. That
There's a lot of good
There's
stuff.
my mouse.
yeah, they've got so much good stuff going on. So I'm so excited. Tomorrow, Archon.
Yeah, stoked
And
big time.
whatever they're gonna do with that.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay. Um we have so much to talk about, Nate.
Let's
So
get into
much.
it. Let's do it.
All right. So one thing, William, not worse ice than in Minnesota,
No.
but different because North Carolina is not prepared for that. We don't have all of the resources that you have because that happens to you every year.
Yes.
Happens to us once every 4 or 5 years. Um, so Nate, where'd you grow up?
Anya, I grew up not too far from where I am now, actually. Southeast Michigan, born and bred, lived here my whole life. Within maybe about an hour ish kind of circumference from where I am now. Just, yeah, all around here.
We were blessed last year to be able to come up, and the weather was windy but not terrible while we were up there, which was a true blessing. Um,
Yeah, I always say, like, I mean, March is such a crummy month. Like, here, it's just, you never know what you're going to get.
Whether it's gonna be
Um,
warm or snow.
yeah. Um, I always say I wish Muskegee was in the summer because, or
yeah,
fall, or even the spring.
yeah,
Because Michigan, I love, love, love our state. And you really do have to embrace the four seasons here.
yeah.
But March is sort of that ugly in between kind of crappy month, and of course that's when Muskegee is. But I just want everyone to experience, like, especially the west side of the state. It's my favorite place on the planet. In the summer, like, it's amazing. Like, Emil and his wife are here last summer and were swimming with us in Lake Michigan, and it was the picture perfect day. It was like there's hardly a cloud in the sky. The weather was perfect. There's big rolling waves. With Lake Michigan can get cold, but it was like really warm. And he said, "This is the best swimming experience I've ever had in my life." And he's like, "I've swam around the world." And I'm like, "See, this place is great." So I want y'all to experience Michigan, at its finest. But hey, I'll take you when we can get you.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and it was when Kevin and I made the choice to come up to Michigan. Um, we weren't going to Toylanta. We were just going to go to Muskegee and then come home and then just do the one weekend. Um, and although it was a lot of driving, I mean, it was still amazing. Like I've never been to Michigan before. It was my first time. Muskegee, Muskegon is cute little quaint town. So sweet. Everything right there, all the little different places to eat, all the different, little, you know, shopping, all that stuff right there on the main street. I mean, it was
Mhm.
just a really, really cute town.
It is. They've done a lot with it over the years. Yeah, it was. I mean, like way back in the day, it was like known for like lumber. And there's been, there's some, a lot of money there because of it. And then like paper mills and stuff like that. And then it kind of deteriorated for a while. And it was kind of going downhill, which was really sad to see. But over the last few years, it's really coming back strong, and it makes me so happy to see that. That's where my mom's from. That's where my whole side of her family's from Muskegon. I grew up going there all the time.
Oh,
So
that's
I just love it. Like I said, the whole West Coast, up and down Lake Michigan, from the border all the way up is phenomenal. It's just those kind of towns one after the other.
yeah. Now, I will say, after having come to Muskegon last year and kind of looking around and getting to know the state, um, one of the places that I now want to go is Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
And
Awesome. So fun.
what a great little community that is, with no cars, and everybody rides bikes, or you do the horse drawn
Hmm.
carriages. I mean, just what a neat little place that is.
That's great. Yeah, I haven't been there in years, but yeah, we're looking to bring the fam up on a Michigan tour maybe this summer, and that would be a stop because it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, neat place. um they talk about the fudge from there all the time.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's classic.
So
Yeah. Traverse
um
City, Kirby says. Yep. Traverse is great.
yeah,
Yeah. You
so
can't go
much
wrong.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you grew up there, and I
Yep.
know we've been talking about what is great up and along there. Um, what are some of the things that you don't like about where you grew up?
March. No, we've already covered that. um, what I don't like about where I grew up. Boy, I don't really have too many complaints, to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've learned to embrace the seasons. Um, I ski. Love, getting out and hiking in the snow, and it's beautiful. Um, Ice skate, hockey, snowshoe. So winter, I love. Fall's probably my favorite. But summer, it's real hard to beat here. Um, and I think I'm not sure, but I think we either have the most inland lakes of any state. If not, we got to be in the top 3 or 5 because there's tons and tons of inland lakes besides the Great Lakes, which are incredible. The
Right.
inland lakes in Michigan are amazing too, and where I grew up, there's a ton of them around me too. So I never lived on one, but I have friends that did. So boating and fishing and water skiing and tubing, and it's great. It's a great state, man. If you like the outdoors, it's awesome.
That sounds like
That's
so much
fantastic.
fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's, it's good. Good people, good Midwestern people, you know. So in Detroit, I haven't been far from Detroit, which it's having a renaissance. It kind of was down the tubes for a while, but it's a great city. There's tons of great stuff going on down there. So yeah, I dig it.
Awesome. Um, Amber, all the cold weather and outdoor cold sports, would you be into any of that, or would you like just stay warm by the fire?
Uh, mm, mm, I would go tubing down a fluffy hill, but I will not stand on one or two things. You know what I mean? Like a
Tiny
snowboard
little
or
sticks.
skis. I would
Yeah.
absolutely break a bone. I can't even walk off a curb without spraining my ankle. I sprained my
I'll teach
ankle
you.
like once a month on a curb.
I used to teach skiing, so come on up. I'll teach you guys how to ski.
You have to hold my hand the whole way down. Nate,
Ah,
don't let
nice.
go.
No, you make a pizza slice or French fries. Pizza slice, French fries.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I'm gonna be like, oh no.
Oh, we went skiing once and I had the best time. The best
Did ya?
time. Yeah. And that's where Kevin and I announced to my parents that we were getting married.
Oh, so that's fond
So
memories.
yeah,
That's so cool.
that's the one time that I went skiing and the only time I've been skiing, and it was fun. It was fun, but I am not built for cold weather. that's, that's why I live a little bit further south.
I hear you.
But it was great, and I had a fun time, and I was decent at it.
Yeah, I
I
bet.
could do the bunny hill. I didn't have a problem with
There you
that.
go. Cool.
Um,
The bunny.
but yeah, I Kevin said I almost died.
Kevin, come on.
Oh,
Well,
Kevin.
the curse
Nate,
that happened to me though is skiing's one of my favorite things to do in life. And I can't tell you the exact date this happened, but it's been a good 10 years. It's like a switch went off in my brain and all of a sudden I'm like deathly afraid of heights. Like I jumped out of an airplane before. I've had no problems running around on my roof, all kinds of stuff. Now I can hardly get up on a ladder. So sometimes getting on a chairlift isn't the most comfortable thing for me
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But I fight through it just to be able to go down.
Well, I don't have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling. So I don't mind being up. I can look over and don't have an issue. I can do chairs. I can do all that. My fear is falling, like coming down steps. Like I want
Hmm.
somebody in front of me so that I
Oh,
don't
really?
fall down the steps. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
that's not, I just don't like the idea of falling. And I've fallen
I'll
down
try
my
that,
steps
Curtis.
here at the
Oh,
house
have
more
you
times than
really?
yeah.
I live to fall down the stairs,
You like Chevy Chase, like
especially when I have like things in my
the
hand.
Pratt Falls? Oh,
Just plop all
Yeah.
the way
I
down.
wonder what the
It's great.
the correct phobia term of that is of falling
I don't know.
downstairs. A phobia, yeah.
Yeah.
Stereophobia.
But Nate, I will say, when we come to MesquiCon, we're sitting around talking. Grab Kevin and have him tell you the story of him skiing, because
Oh,
He
I
said
will.
people don't
I'm
belong.
not kidding you.
Kevin, you
Your
stop.
stomach will hurt. Your cheeks will be sore. You will have
Awesome.
laughed so much.
Oh, I can't wait.
It is the best story ever. But you've got to
Oh,
get Kevin to sit down and tell you that story.
I'm
It
doing
is.
it. I will do it for sure.
So do you have siblings, Nate?
I do have a younger sister. Yep, she's like 2.5 years younger than I am. She
Now,
lives in Illinois, like north of Chicago.
okay.
Yep. I do have some stepbrothers and sisters that have been in my life since I was around 15 or so. Um, they're great people, love them to death. Just, I never like grew up living with them or anything, so we didn't get super close, but yeah, mainly my sister and I.
Now, you and your sister, 2.5 years apart, fighters or friends?
I probably was a jerk older brother, when we were real young. Um, I know there's stories of me throwing her dolls down the stairs. Speaking of falling downstairs and like ironing their hair, I know I did that and she used to have a blanket she called it her BB, and I made up a song about it that wasn't very nice. But we grew out of that. We're super tight, love her to death. Yeah, we're good. We're all good now. Yeah.
I was going to say, generally speaking, 2 years, 2.5 years apart, fight like cats and dogs growing up.
Yeah, and the one thing I can attribute to her is she had a habit. Back in the day when you grew up, with the phone that was plugged in, right? She would get on it like late at night, and I tried to be going to sleep, and or she'd be cleaning her room and vacuuming whatever, and it was right next to my bedroom, and so I started sleeping with a fan, like just to drown out like the sound.
Yeah.
And to this day, I have to have white noise or a fan running. I cannot sleep without it, and it's because of her. So
Just because.
Yeah.
I guess maybe she kind of got me back for ironing her doll's hair.
That's hilarious. Now, growing up, like what toys did you what started you off? What cartoons did you like? What toys did you start collecting? What had an impact on you growing up?
Well, number one by far is Star Wars. I turned 8 the day Star Wars came out in the theater. And so the Kenner Star Wars figures I was just like crazy over. And the interesting thing I think when I look back is that I didn't like play with them a lot. I didn't like make them talk or bang them into each other or whatever. I would just set up scenes. Like I had blocks, like I'd set up like the cantina and I'd set up the Death Star and I just would set up scenes and I would just be happy to just kind of sit back and look at that scene. I think once in a while I probably played, but mostly I just would set stuff up. And I think that like I said, kind of looking back, it's sort of I guess in a way where my brain is with my photography now. Like I love doing that kind of stuff. So definitely this kind of Star Wars stuff. Um, Prior to that, I was really big into Fisher Price Adventure People.
Yeah.
Those were huge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, and I still have a bin full of a lot of those. Love those. And the other one was the Space Legos. So those three were probably my biggest, most favorite toys. I loved, other stuff like the Evil Knievel that you could wind up and make
Yeah.
him jump over stuff was great. I know I've got a bunch of hand me down from neighbors. The old school GI Joe 12-inch fuzzy hair, like you were talking about getting the clothes packs, like back was Barbie and GI Joe did that, back that
Yep.
started that stuff. So yeah, those are my biggies.
Awesome. Um, Kevin said same. He'd use comics as an inspiration to set a scene.
Cool, love it. Yeah,
And
I
I
mean in
believe,
Star Wars, we didn't have we had 3 years between movies. Once in a while, you'd get a magazine, or I still have my album, my record from Star Wars. I mean, I haven't tried listening to it. I don't have a record player turntable, but I'd imagine it's probably worn out because I listen to that thing like, and like a ton of Star Wars fans, we can just, if the movie's playing off to the side, and you're not even watching it, you can quote word for word for
all
word.
this.
And I
Yep.
could because I just listened to that record over and over and over and over, and just replaying the scenes in my brain, you know. And but then I would just try and recreate them with the toys.
That's fantastic. So, did you draw or did you paint as a kid? Was that anything you were interested in? Did you read
I
anything
always
like
been a
that?
reader. Yep, loved books. You know what? I For whatever reason, comics weren't on my radar as a kid. I can't explain why. I just maybe wasn't ever exposed to them. I didn't have friends that were into them, but I read books. I've always read books. I love books. Um, what was I going to say? As far as art goes, no, I'm horrible. I couldn't be any further from an artist as far as painting or drawing. I terrible. Yeah, I mean, like my stick figures suck. Like I'm not good at all. No, I was so jealous of people that could draw and paint and stuff, but yeah, do not have that. It's not my skill set whatsoever.
Well, you've got a pretty amazing skill set, so let's not, disparage a whole lot because your skill set is pretty
Well,
freaking amazing.
thanks. I'm grateful that I've discovered that this hobby, and that I could find a way to express visually, what's in my head because I never could
Yeah,
paint or draw. So yeah, I'm grateful for that.
yeah. Um, G said he loved the adventure people and the parachute was his favorite.
Oh, dude, gee, I just have such great memories of throwing that, and every once in a while it would catch if you threw it up high enough, or we'd get on a ladder sometimes and just chuck it as high as we could. It would catch like an air pocket, and you chase that thing down the street, man. You're just hoping it wouldn't land like in a tree or on a neighbor's roof or something. It was the best. I still have it. I loved it so much.
Um, and then
Love that.
Curtis said, "My mom built me an entire Jabba's palace out of cardboard and construction paper."
That's awesome.
That's freaking amazing.
That's so cool, man. If you got pictures of that, Curtis, you got to share them.
Yeah. Jesus has got stuck in a tree.
Oh shoot!
Threw it out the window.
Oh, there you go, man. I bet that thing flew forever.
Oh. Um that's fantastic. Um Nate, like what was your first job? What do you remember as being one of your first jobs as you were growing up?
I think my very, very first job was I inherited a lawn mowing business from a neighbor who had, I think, 7 lawns in our neighborhood and across the street from our neighborhood that he cut. And I was 14. And mostly we had an old station wagon. We'd, push the lawnmower up into the back of that on some wood and whatever. And my mom would drive me over to these places and I'd mow. But after a while, my mom was like, "You can just drive." So like I was driving at 14, it's like around the neighborhood or across the street or kind of down the road a little bit and cutting lawns. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Um Out of the jobs that you have had, what has been one of your favorite jobs that you've had?
Besides what I do for a career, I'm gonna say I worked at a sorority house in college. That was pretty darn fun. It was right across the street from my house. We had 13 guys living in a big house. Sorority house was right across the street, and me and 2 other guys worked in the kitchen. And we like set the tables and we bussed and we did dishes. Um, but besides it being a sorority house and the fun that comes with that, they were had house mothers that would come and go, and once in a while they would be without them. And not that this really ever stopped us, anyways, but we had the code to get in there. So besides, we always get great meals there too. The cook would cook for us what they were cooking for the girls in the sorority. But if we ever needed like toilet paper, garbage bags, just kind of essential stuff like that, we would just go there and help ourselves once in a while. So yeah, it's a pretty good gig.
It's a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
Um so what do you do now, Nate?
I am a creative director for an advertising agency. Um, and I'm prior to that, I mainly spent my time as a writer or a copywriter on this. Usually in the creative side, you're paired up with an art director and a creative director, which makes up the creative team. And I always did the writing, and I had an art director who would do all the art kind of side of it. So that's what I've been doing for 30 plus years. Oh, no way. That's amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Looks exactly like the cantina.
That is awesome.
Who shot first?
Thank you for sharing.
That's great.
Oh, funny. So, uh, your creativity that you get to use as the creative director in your job, how does that like influence or does that influence like some of the creativity that you use in your photos?
Well, I'd say over the years, I've learned just from being on shoots, commercial shoots and stuff like that. I've learned about um I was expecting hey, it's a family show, Trevor. I'll save those for when we're sleeping next to each other at Legion's Con. Um, uh, what was I going to say? Oh, so I've learned from working with art directors and being on shoots, commercial shoots, maybe some art stuff, and some photography stuff and some lighting stuff. So I'd say I've probably picked up some stuff. I've definitely my old one of my old partners, art director partners, taught me a lot about Photoshop back in the day. So that's helped a lot. But what I will say is, because I spend all my time um, sort of in a kind of in a creative box, I guess you could say. Like I have an assignment, I have a budget, I have a deadline, I have clients, I have a boss, and all that stuff. With my photography, I don't have any of that. Like I get to be I get to be the boss. I get to set the deadline, the budget, and all that stuff, and no one tells me what's right, what's wrong, and what story to tell and how to tell it. So it's a great creative outlet for me that I don't get the fulfillment out all the time through work. So again, I'm super super grateful that I found it or it found me, and it's allowed me to kind of scratch that creative itch that I don't get through work.
Right. That's awesome. Now, Nate, you are married.
Hmm.
How did you meet your wife?
Through work, actually, we worked at an advertising agency together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this is funny because when I got out of college, I wanted to go into creative, but I couldn't get in. I couldn't break in, so I just took an entry level job. And next thing I knew, I was on the account side, which is the business side. I was wearing a suit and tie every day, and I did that for like 5 years. And so when I was doing that, that's where I met my wife Holly, and we were like worked. We were in the same group, not like partners, but we worked side by side all the time, and that's how we met. And wasn't long after went meeting her and us started dating when I finally said, okay, enough is enough. This is not for me. I'll do whatever it takes to get into creative, and I finally did that. So, and yeah, we've been together since '90. Started dating in '96, got married in '98.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
was 3.
Well,
Oh
it,
wow.
Nate, if it makes you feel any better, Kevin and I got married in 97.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
Amber was 2. Little shit.
A little peanut.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's funny. Um, so you have two kids?
3 kids.
Three kids,
Yeah,
okay.
I do. I have our oldest daughter is she'll be 26 in August of this year. Next is another daughter. She'll be 24 in April, and then our son turns 19 tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Happy
Yep.
birthday early.
that's
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
fantastic. Well,
Yeah, we're
my son
driving.
just turned 25. So,
Oh, okay. Wow.
yeah. So, very close, Nate.
Yeah.
Very
Yep.
close.
Yep. Yeah.
um, are any of the kids into collecting or into figures or anything like that?
It's funny. They all grew up with Star Wars because that's what I forced on them. No, they love it and they still love it to this day. I don't think the girls they didn't ever play with like Star Wars toys that much, but my son did, and he's got a couple legions, loves knights and stuff. He's got some Star Wars figures, but like I mean, the girls played with toys a lot. He didn't a lot. Like he grew up with like went straight into video games. In that generation.
Right.
So they're not big collectors. My girls are super creative though. All 3 of them are great. They've been great in music in one sense or another. But yeah, as far as collecting, I can't think anything that they're big collectors on.
Gotcha. Um, Amber, we have a super
We
chat.
have yup. From Rob Zamora. What does the wife think you wait? What does the wife think you of your toy collecting?
Hey Rob, I'd say she tolerates it. That's about a good word for it. Yeah. She's just like, thinks they're scary looking. They're so scary, you know. But she's been good. I mean, she's been supportive. She's cool with me going to the shows, and she is very supportive of my photography. She's all the awesome people that I've met and some of my new best friends I've met through this hobby. She's become friends with. So she totally loves that side of it, the community and the friendship side. But as far as toys, it's not her thing. She doesn't get it at all. But that's
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
Um, when did you start taking photography, taking photos of the toys? Like when, I know you said as a kid you would set up the scenes and look at them, but when did you actually start like setting up the scenes and taking pictures?
Well, when my girls started getting on this new thing called Instagram, I thought, I guess I'll get on it just to, get on it and sort of, monitor what they're into and what they're looking at and what they're posting. Um, and I thought, well, okay, if I'm going to get on it, I might as well do something too. And I started, the Force Awakens had just recently come out, so I started really getting back into Star Wars. So that's really where I started, like in Instagram, was looking at Star Wars, and I found people doing stuff with toys. Then I saw people doing stuff with toy photography. But I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so clever. I'm gonna get BB-8 from the Force Awakens, and I'm just gonna have him peeking around from different things, and paying like peekaboo B8. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but anyways, I thought, okay, that's all I'm going to do. So I started doing a couple of those things. And then through that, I started finding more and more photographers that were doing amazing work. And Trevor was like one of the very first ones. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a thing. And I love it. And I want to try this. And so, yeah, it was about 10 years ago, I think, that it started. Yeah. And you look like way, way, way back. Oh my God, my stuff was horrendous. It was awful. So it's taken a long time to get where I've gotten, but it's great. I love and enjoying the hell out of the learning process, and I feel like just in life in general, you should always continue to be a student and always learn. So it's been a great experience. But yeah, at the time I had just gotten out of I used to collect a lot of 1/6 figures, mainly World War II. That's a whole other era story of my life that I was into. But then when I started getting back into toy collecting, I started getting some Star Wars 1/6 figures, and that's also how I kind of met Trevor and sort of struck up a conversation with him. And the more we chatted, the more we found out, oh my God, we had so much in common besides having the same birthday, the same industry we're in, a lot of the same passions. And he's been such a great, not only great friend, but such a great mentor as far as the photography goes.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it still makes me laugh that you say that people like will see you at Trevor's booth and call you Trevor. And
yeah. Oh yeah, we run with it. What else are you gonna do, right? Yeah. Same hairline, he says. Yeah.
Same hat. Same.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Was it 2 years ago at Legion's Con? I went in early and stayed at his house. We went to a local deli, I think, for like a breakfast sandwich or something. And it's a place he frequents a lot. Like he knows the guy behind the counter by name, and the guy knows Trevor. And I walked in. He's like, "Hey, is this your brother?" Points to me. We just look at each other and just cracked up.
So my best friend and I favor each other quite a bit, and when we spend time together and we go places, they'll say, "Oh, is this your sister?" They'll ask me, "Oh, is that your sister?" Or they'll ask her, "Hey, is that your sister?" And at this point, we're like, "Yeah."
Just run with it, right?
We've been best friends for 30 years. She's my sister.
Might as well, yeah. I love it. That's great.
Yeah. Dylan said, "Wait, this hasn't been Trevor the whole time?"
Sorry to disappoint you, Dylan.
Oh, that is fantastic. So having done photography and gotten to know Trevor and gotten to know some of the other photographers, what you do in your professional life, behind the scenes, understanding, when did you feel like over the last 10 years, like that and maybe you don't, maybe this is something that all creatives go through, that your photography actually took a turn, like you went from being to okay to, oh, that looks pretty darn good. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, do you know that progression?
I don't actually. Well, I can't exactly say when the timeline was, but I do know. Speaking of my wife, so I used to have to take my toys out of bins or whatever, because I really didn't have a display area, and we have a bar in our basement, and I would just set up a quick scene on the bar, quickly shoot, and quickly do a super minor edits and try and get it up on Instagram because this was when I was first starting out. You know, people were saying, "Oh, you got to do stuff regularly and hashtags, blah blah, blah, you want followers, all this and that." Um, but I used to have to rush because my wife's like, "I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want it sitting there. Do your thing and get it packed back up." I'm like, okay, I can respect that. It's fine. So I'd kind of be in a rush to do it. Well, eventually, I sort of overtook. We have a storage room in our basement, which is same as I'm sitting right next to my furnace and hot water heater. It's literally right next to me. But this, was our junk storage room, our Christmas stuff, and everything was in here. Well, I slowly started taking it over, and it got to be a space where I've actually now I have stuff set up. You can see stuff behind me, and to this side of me is a table, and I've got lights, and I've got an old TV. And I think once I was able to do that, and I was able to start taking my time and not rushing, I could keep stuff up. And if I took a picture and I looked at it, I'm like, this is not good. I'm not going to post it. I'll come back later. I'll come back tomorrow and retry it. So when I finally started having the time to devote to learning about lighting and learning about setups and camera angles and all that stuff, I think that's when it took its turn. I can't exactly pinpoint. I'd have to go back through my feed, I guess, and look to see when that was. But I think that was a big turning point when I could finally take my time and actually experiment and take the time to learn some stuff was definitely a turning point.
That's awesome. Now, you are on Legion's Lounge on YouTube. Um, how long have you and Trevor and Bill been doing Legion's Lounge, and how did that
Wow.
come about?
Well, Trevor started doing on Instagram Live Mythic Mondays, they were called. And he started it. I think he started it just kind of doing it on his own. And he invited me on for a couple, and then it got to be more of a regular thing. And then he said, "You know what? Let's take this over to YouTube." And then once we did that, it became Legion's Lounge, and Bill started becoming more and more regular, and then became a fixture. And God, how long's it been, Trevor? I'm so bad with time, but I think we're on our 120 something episode.
Oh, wow.
Um, and it's been every other week fairly regularly, so I can't do the math on that. But gosh, it's been at least 4 or 5 years, probably 4 years, maybe more. I don't know. Time flies.
Yes,
But
it
yeah.
does. How did how did things change for you going from doing like Instagram lives to doing YouTube lives to you guys actually being in like on YouTube? Like, did you see a difference in what you were collecting and um, what you were doing, and how when people saw you out and they recognized who you were there things that you saw happen through all of that with you and Trevor and
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily changed my collecting or shooting or anything, but it was crazy to be at some shows over the years and have people come up and um, you know, shout from across the room, "Hey Nate, I watch your show. I love it." Stuff like that it was a trip. I mean, for me, like that was wild to kind of get used to. It was fun. It was just a great way to meet people. It's the best part.
yeah,
It's a great icebreaker for people could come up and just start talking to you because of that. So that's been a super, great bonus because of it. It's not like I'm famous or anything.
right.
Um, Um, but it's just been a fun, you know, just way to meet people, and I loved, um, you know, having people on the show has been great, and then getting to see them in person. It's like you already have that sort of that opening, just to, you're automatically friends in a sense, you know.
Right. Well, and I don't know about Amber, but I know for me, like getting to know people here means that whenever I go to shows and we hang out and we see you, like I feel like we're already friends. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
we've crossed that friendship thing, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to get to know I know you, now we're friends, you know? And I think and Amber, I could be wrong about the way you feel, but I think for me, it makes me feel easier in my head and easier just to go into a room of a bunch of people to know that there are going to be people there that I know that I consider my friends.
Yeah, exactly. And like even like people like I last year at ZoloCon for instance, I was just like walking around and a couple people were like, "Oh, are you from Legion's Ladies Live?" I'm like, "That's me." And it's like
It's
super
awesome.
cool.
That's great.
And then you're like, "I have a new best friend."
That's but it is really cool because you walk into a place where you potentially know nobody, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you have friends, you know people. So
Yeah, it's a great avenue for opening up that world, and it's like you
yeah,
said, I'll never forget. I mean, the first time seeing Trevor in person, I just felt like God, we're just long, we've known each other forever, and I'm trying to remember what year this would have been, maybe 21, where we were at the studio and we left for a little while, like whatever had wrapped up. Probably GCon had wrapped up, and we are just going to walk around the corner to a bar and have a couple beers. And Trevor and Bill and I are walking. We're just walking and talking, and all of a sudden it just kind of hit me, and so much so that I had to like stop both the guys. I'm like, guys, like we're we're together, like in person. How awesome is this? And yeah, it's just so cool. Like, I mean, it's close, and it's the relationships that you can start, and the bonds that form virtually. I mean, obviously there's nothing like being in person, but it sure is a great start.
it is. It is. And that's amazing that you guys have that friendship now after all of these years. It to be able to see each other in person is amazing and spend time with each other is amazing. But, you know, if you needed any one of those guys and you said, "Hey, I need this," they're like, "Yeah, absolutely." In
Oh,
a heartbeat
100%.
because you've
Oh,
got,
so many people in this community would do that for anybody. It's
right.
like that's what's so amazing about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, let's go back a little bit and talk about your legions journey. When did you learn about the Four Horsemen? When did you guys start talking legions? Like, when did that come about for you?
Well, I was into collecting toys again when I saw the first Kickstarter come up, and much like we were talking about Glios earlier, it was one of those things where I'm like, oh my God, this looks incredible. I love these; they look amazing, but I can't right now. I can't open up yet another line, go down that rabbit hole. Um, and then they eventually came out, and I started seeing amazing pictures, especially from Trevor. And I'm like, God, I really, really want these. And I've been, I was kind of monitoring eBay and stuff like that, and I finally found an Atlas was a really good price on eBay, and I finally pulled the trigger. And as soon as I got it, age old story with this community is like, as soon as I got one, I was like, like that, the floodgates just wide open. Instantly went, to Big Bad and ordered tons and tons and stuff, and um, got on the pre-order train, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things, like everyone says, once you get one in your hand, it's all over.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, they've instantly became my all time favorite. Yeah, I think everything that they do is. I mean, I'm super into Cosmic. I love Figura, Infinite. Just you know, everything they put out. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. Um, Mythic being the first, as it was the Kickstarter, but now that they're doing the all the different lines, have you changed in like what do you have a favorite line that they do?
Um, I'd say Mythic's probably still my favorite. Yeah. Um, and the way I've collected has changed a little bit over the years because, like I said, at first I didn't really necessarily have a display area.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I thought, well, I don't need a ton of extras, even though I was already starting to really get into all the 3D party, crazy, awesome sculptors and painters and 3D, printers and stuff. I'm like, I don't need an individual body for every little head I buy because no one's going to see them. If I want to take a picture of, I'll just swap them out. And then I finally did get a space to start displaying. And then I'm like, I kind of do want to display that full figure with that cool hat on it. And then after a while, that just becomes, it doesn't, it's not feasible because you run out of space. Um, so I've stopped doing that. I do have, a few multiples here and there figures. But it's, what I've often done is like, if I've got a bunch of 3D, heads, I'll just put them on my shelf near the figures with that they'll go with them. They don't remind me that they're there. But I can't get a dozen of this or a dozen of that just because I've got so many dwarf heads or whatever.
Right. No,
But yeah, I'd say Mythic's still my fave, but man, do I love Cosmic and I just love all of it.
yeah, I know. It's like a disease.
Yes.
It is.
And they put out so much each year. Um, oh, we've got another. Yeah.
From Trevor. I don't think I know this. What was the first Mythic Legion you opened?
Wow, well, besides getting that one off eBay, which was used because it came and it was funny thing is, it came and it didn't have his little man bun kind of thing in the back, which I didn't even know. I didn't even like realize it for like a couple months.
Oh
I didn't
wow.
even notice that was missing. And I wrote the studio, and this was back before I knew anybody there. And I explained this to Troy. I'm like, hey, I bought this off eBay. It doesn't have this. Do you happen to have that tiny little piece? I'll pay whatever it costs. I'll pay shipping, whatever. I didn't hear anything for, I don't know, several months, I think. I just kind of wrote it off. And one day they sent like a whole head with it. And that was my first inclination of how amazing and awesome this studio was, or is. But I'm trying to, so Trevor, to answer your question, I can't remember then what I got like new that I opened would have been next. Probably I just probably like I said went to Big Bad and ordered a bunch, and whatever came in, I probably just went crazy and just I don't know opened them all up in a flurry. I don't even remember what came next, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is funny.
it was Atlas was
Um,
the first one. Yeah,
so Atlas was the first one you ordered, the first one you got, the first one you held in your hand. So it would have
yeah,
been the first one that you opened.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I might have been saying Attila earlier, but it was Atlas. Yeah.
where did going back to your Instagram, where did Corona 4 come from? Where did that? I know it's a typewriter, but
Oh, yeah, Corona typewriter. Yeah, it's pretty obscure. So
it
when it
is.
started, like I said, Force Awakens came out. I reawakened my love of Star Wars. I went crazy back into that whole universe, and part of that involved reading. And there's a book called Lost Stars, and in that, one of the protagonists joins an X-wing squadron, and much like Luke was Red 5, this protagonist happened to be Corona 4 in the Corona Squadron, And so that's where that name came from. Super, super obscure. There's only been one person besides Claudia Gray, the author of that book, that has gotten that reference. And my whole,
Oh,
yeah, just some random person on Instagram just wrote me off on the side, just said, "Hey, is that where that name came from?" I said, "You nailed it, buddy. Like you're the only one." Yes. And the funny thing is not a lot of people ask me, which I don't care that they don't, but I'm always curious, like, how'd you come up with that name? I mean, a lot of
yeah.
it's obvious, but, and of course, the bad thing about it was, is not long after that, we had the coronavirus. I'm like, well, that sort of spills a little poison on it, right? But at that point, I'm like, well, I can't change it now. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
here for
Curtis
way too
said
long.
same thing. Became very unfortunate during COVID. I know
Yeah.
but I didn't know. People thought I like Corona beer, which I actually do quite a bit, and I would drink 4 of them. I don't know what people think about it, but yeah. So you've got the real scoop.
That is awesome. Yeah, it was like Corona 4, Corona 4. And I knew it was an old typewriter. And I'm like, but that's not what he wouldn't use that. So I was trying to figure it out. But it's really cool that it is a Star Wars reference. So that
Yeah.
is, to me, that's like, oh, that's
Yeah,
really
that
neat.
that was
Something
my
obscure.
main. When I started, it was mainly Star Wars stuff. I was shooting and collecting, and that's just kind of where my head was. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
How much are you still collecting of Star Wars?
Gosh, hardly any. Yeah, hardly any. Um, I still love it. Still my first favorite love, but I
Right.
haven't bought a Black Series in a long time. Yeah, I just shot. I try on my Instagram to try and mix things up as much as I can. I mean, it'd be so easy to shoot, 100% mythic, cosmic, whatever, and Four Horsemen, just flood my feed, and it mainly is right now, anyways. But I still try to mix it up with Star Wars or some superheroes or some Toy Story or something. And
Right.
so the other day I did break out some Hoth troopers and shot a quick shot. And it's funny, like I start shooting, I'm just like, this is like, they just don't shoot as they just don't look as good, man. You can't compare them, but it
Right.
ended up turning out okay. So in the long run, it was fine, and I'm glad I did it. But yeah, it's just nothing compares to Four Horsemen product.
So Kevin has always collected the 3 3/4 figures.
Mm-hmm.
And so he never could get into, the 6 inch or the Black Series, any of that stuff. And
Yeah.
then my son was coming up and he got really into clones.
Mm.
And so one Christmas, basically, I built him a clone army.
Oh,
Like
awesome.
every clone that was available, we got for him for Christmas.
That's
And
awesome.
Wow.
like a lot of the vehicles, a lot of the, all the stuff. And then we set them all up for him, when he woke up Christmas morning,
Oh,
just
how cool.
a freaking clone army
That's
that year.
amazing. What
Um,
a great mom.
oh yeah, I mean it was clones out the wazoo. And he still, I mean, he is a big clone fan. And really loves the clones.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what
So
my son and I shared a lot of the Clone Wars. Watching that series together was great. Growing up with him. Yeah.
yeah, so that
Yeah,
that
I
has
love the vintage. Is
that's
like has come so far, and like if I had to do it all over again, I'd sell my entire Black Series collection. I wouldn't get anything for it, but like those, they've come so far, and
yeah.
the scale's great, because you can get vehicles and stuff like that with it, which
Right.
have been awesome. But yeah, I figure I'll just hang on to them now. I'll just hand them down to my kids and their kids and whatever. So,
Well, and do you remember when the huge Millennium Falcon first came out?
well,
Logan was little.
like the big,
What's
what do they call it? The
the
big
big
something.
ones?
Yeah, there's a name for
Um.
that. The big something or other. Yeah,
Anyway, the big one came out. It was,
yeah,
I don't
it's
know, four
massive.
hundred dollars, 500. I mean, back
Yeah,
then, Logan was little. Um. we were we moved into our house, and we were at the dinner table with my dad and my son and my husband, and my husband said he wanted that Millennium Falcon. It's huge. And he's like, Tanya, it's an art piece. I mean, just look at it. It looks like a piece of art.
I love it, Kevin.
He said, I want to get this and I want to hang it over
The dining room table.
no, hang it over the fireplace as a piece of art.
Oh, no
he
way.
Said, he said, we'll backlight it and I'll put lights behind it and we'll put it over the fireplace. And my dumb butt,
You bought it?
one, right here, said, because I knew we couldn't afford $500 for this thing. My dad's sitting there. And I said, well, honey, if you get the money to get that, sure, we can hang it over the fireplace in the living room.
I love it. And
was it
there
my
to this day
for his birthday?
From your
that
dad?
Stinking thing from my dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Go dad.
I have a Millennium Falcon hanging over my fireplace.
You still do to this day?
Yes, to this day.
Oh my God. That I gotta see pics of that too. That's amazing.
And
that's the best story.
And Kevin has like
high five, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin has little some they're like shelves, but they're segmented shelves or whatever. So he's got different figures on different shelves setting up scenes with all of his 3 3/4 inch. He's got 2 of those sitting up, and like on the top one are all the pilots, like at the very top. And he's got one of those cars that took the pilots around. He's got one of those and all the pilots around it. And then on the second one on top, he's got all of the Jedi. And then in the different places, he has different ones with different scenes. But that's in my living room.
That's amazing.
In my living room.
Dude.
I have the Millennium Falcon above.
Massive kudos to Kevin and your dad. And you, too. Hey, you kept your word. That's amazing.
I said if he got one, he could hang it up. Still there. To this day. But yeah.
It's awesome.
You can't come in my house without not knowing that Kevin is a big Star Wars fan.
That's great.
So, and that, it's fine. It's fine. It's really fun.
It's really fun.
Well, look where it's led, Yeah.
Yeah. And who knew that
possibly wouldn't be here we are today because of that. Yeah.
I would be collecting Legion's figures.
Right. It's all meant to be.
It's all meant to be. But yes, so I have a Millennium Falcon in my living room.
Dude, I can't wait to tell my wife that story.
I mean, really, who knew? I would have never guessed. Well, we wouldn't have had the money to get it for him. And if my dad hadn't been sitting there and listening
Overheard.
to me say,
oh, see? Totally
sure.
Kismet. It's meant to be.
Yeah. Anyway, so my dad gave it to him. So I would have to hang it up over the fireplace.
What a guy.
My girl's going to keep her word, damn it.
That's right. And I did. But we've been
commendable.
We've been Star Wars fans for a while. So it's, Kevin, again, like you, 8 years old, went from playing Cowboys and Indians to playing Star Wars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, the funny story about that too is I am, like I said, for a living, I'm a copywriter, right? But I am the world's worst speller. And so when Star Wars first came out, in my head, I heard it as, even though I probably, I saw the logo and everything everywhere, it was Star Wars. Star Wars. And so one time when my parents were off at work, I took markers or crayons or something and drew all over our garage walls, like spaceship consoles and controllers. And I drew a big Star-Wars. My parents came home and not only were they pissed that I drew all over their walls, but they're like, what is this Star Wars? Star Wars.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, that's fantastic. They did take pictures of that, right?
I don't know that any exist. Yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Thank God.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I should have saved that. Could have been my story I never told anybody for the end here.
Well, if you can't think of anything else, we'll take that as the end.
I've got one on deck.
Because that's a pretty freaking awesome story. That's awesome. And I love the way that you had all of this, but you can't draw a stick figure worth, but you drew
No.
all over the
Oh,
wall.
they're like all crooked and they just looked crappy. But in my imagination, dude, I was like I was controlling the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that is fantastic. Um, so Nate, like, what do you got coming up? I know you're going to MuskeCon,
Mm-hmm.
and
Can't wait.
then do you have any other like shows or anything that you're doing? Anything cool that you're
Well,
doing?
Carver's kind of a maybe at this point. That's actually my wife and I's anniversary that day. And we don't have anything planned as of yet, but we've been in talks that we may be doing something. But if we're not going to do something, that I'm going to do my best to get down there. I really want to go and not only support Brian, but obviously see everybody and hang out and have a blast. So other than that, it will be MuskeCon and LegionsCon. And
Okay.
I'll probably go to some local like Motor City Con. They do that a couple times a year. It's pretty massive, and like Travis and a lot of the Michigan toy crew go to that, and we hang out and stuff. So, but as far as like Legions related stuff, it would just really be MuskeCon and LegionsCon.
Okay. Now, when you come in for a MuskeCon, do you stay at the hotel? I know you said your mother lives there and around there. Do you
Hmm.
stay with her? Do you stay at the hotel?
Well, I'll definitely stay at the hotel for Friday and Saturday night.
Mhm.
But just depends on what's going on, who's coming in. If I go up a day earlier than that, I might stay at my mom's, or my cousins, aunts, and uncles and stuff live there too. So um, I've got lots of options, which is nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
But definitely hotel for Friday and Saturday.
Gotcha. Kevin asked, has your wife ever seen Legion's Ladies live?
She has not, but we were laughing. I told her all about this and said, I'm going to be hanging out with the ladies tonight. And she's like, oh, what are you wearing? And so we kind of had fun with it. I don't know. She may be tuning in. I don't know. She's up on the computer doing something, so she may have stumbled across this. We'll see.
That's cool. And then, Thomas said that his wife is coming out to CarverCon with him.
Oh, cool.
That's
That's
exciting.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah. Trying to think, what other questions do we have for Nate?
Bring it on.
Hmm.
Now you've got all of the figures that you've got. Do you have a favorite Legions figure? I know that Mythic and they've got a lot of lines. Do you have a favorite in each line, or do you have a favorite overall?
I don't have a favorite. I know we just recently did a favorites Legion's Lounge thing, and I think I said on that I've never been like much of a favorites guy, just in general. Like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite whatever?
Right.
I just like too much stuff. But a few pieces I think hold a special place. Atlas being one because he was the first.
First.
I know I was super, super drawn to the first Barbarian Legions builder. And so that was one of the first ones I really couldn't wait to get my hands on, was completely blown away by that. And I still think it's a phenomenal set. I was just thinking again about cosmic. I know like the new spacesuits are incredible. Kern Ray is amazing. But if I had to pick one, I think I'd still go with oh my god, from the very first wave, the oh my god, I'm blanking again. The Haval Qatar. What is his name? There's the two versions of him, one in a spacesuit and one without a spacesuit. Help me out,
Oh,
people.
Crag. No, not Cragnar. It's the
Kragnar. Yeah, Kragnar. Right? No, no, no. He's the big
Cragnar.
orange
No,
guy.
Cragnar's the big
Yeah,
orange
he's
guy. What it he's
Oh,
blue. Oh my gosh.
I know. Thygar. Thank you, Curtis.
Thygar,
Thygar
yes.
in the spacesuit, I think,
Whew.
is still my favorite cosmic. I
Yeah,
just
he's cool.
it's so cool, man. I love the face sculpt and the paintwork on the color scheme on him is incredible. The armor and the suit he wears, it's killer. It's so sci-fi.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah, I
right.
mean, there's gobs of mythics I could just rattle
I know.
off. There's so many.
But Atlas being your first,
He's my first, yeah.
it's got to be your favorite.
Special place for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's up there. Yeah.
Okay. Wanted to talk about
Yay! Yes. The two words that saved
this.
Christmas.
What a great book.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
I absolutely love what you and Emil did here. So, talk to us a little bit about this. So, you wrote this story years ago.
Yeah, it's funny. My wife, she's just been cleaning out our old filing cabinets, and she found some of my first folders of it. It's my first like printed out renditions of it, and it hadn't changed a ton from what's finished there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was 25 years ago plus maybe, and that was before the internet and social was out, so I had to change stuff like in there. I mentioned things about video games and texts and social posts and stuff like that. So that tweaked a little bit, but by and large, it's what was written. And I was at work, and for whatever reason, that idea struck me, and I think I just was thinking that writing thank you letters was sort of a lost art at that time, um, and I think it's only escalated big time since I wrote that, but sort of the entitlement and the gratefulness kind of in our society, right, was bad back then, at least and bad enough for me to want to write that book or be inspired to write that. So yeah, it just popped in my head, and I just remember like it just poured out of me. Like I think like the first draft was like 30 minutes. Like I wrote it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is this? I remember showing it to my work partner at the time. He's like, wow, where'd this come from? And I go, I don't know. It just kind of came out of me. And, I started sharing it with my family, and they loved it. And they said, God, you really got to try and get this published. And I was just so busy at the time with kids and work and things like that. And I reached out, someone, I think my dad might have known somehow at a connection to a friend of a friend or something, was, into publishing children's books. And I sent the manuscript to her, and I was just looking at her notes, and looking back on her notes, I'm just like, well, I don't agree with those at all. Like, well, that was just her opinion at the time, whatever. And so for whatever reason, I didn't ever do anything with it. And I just every once in a while I'd revisit it, and my mom would be like, hey, you ever think about doing anything with your book? Blah blah blah. So I think that I'm happy that it didn't work out back then, because um, I didn't know Emil, and I'm just so glad that I got to do this with someone I absolutely adore, and who's incredibly talented. And then B, Amazon wasn't a thing back then, and the Amazon, the Kindle publishing just made this such a breeze to do, because we had talked back and forth about, all right, should we try and go to a publisher and get this published, or self-publish, and then we got to worry about stock and printing and shipping and all that, and just Amazon. We both knew like we're not going to make any money off this. We're not going to retire obviously off this. So we just want to get it out in the world. And so Amazon was a perfect venue to do that. And so again, to me, is again another one of those meant to be kind of things. So, and it's been a lot of fun. And I think it's to me just getting started. I've got a lot of ideas when I get more time to get it out there and promote it in different ways. So, but massive, massive thanks to our community for all the support they've given it these last couple of years. So I'm super, super grateful for that.
Well, I will say that along with the story, which is absolutely amazing, the the drawing by Emil where he puts in some of the figures from the Four Horsemen. I mean, like
Yeah, we had fun coming up with
that's
that idea.
that is just hilarious and amazing. I mean, it is so cute and so sweet, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed reading about it. I really enjoyed what the story behind it. I enjoyed the way that you presented it. I think it is a great book
Thanks so
for
much.
kids to especially like elementary school kids. I mean, I think the book is it's just gorgeous. I love
Thank
it.
you. It's been great. I mean, the feedback has been overwhelmingly wonderful to hear. And I mean, it's interesting when when I wrote it in my mind, visually, what I was thinking was a little more classic, almost like what would you say? Like I'm trying to think of like an artist who I could think of. Just real classic, kind of hallmarky,
Hmm.
kind of old school sort of um, illustrations in my mind. And I'm so glad that it didn't turn out that way because I think Emil's vision for it just complements it perfectly. And
It does.
we just had so much fun. Like he would just send over sketches, of Santa and different, just real super rough things, and we'd hone in on it. And we just had so much fun just having little, video meetings and laying out the pages and laying out what we should have on each page. And it was a blast. We had so much fun doing it together.
So cool.
So, like, how did you and Emil get hooked up? What did you just go to him and say, "Hey, I wrote this. Can you do this?" Was it somebody's idea? What? How did that happen?
Well, it's because the first Legion's Con we went to, he flew in to Michigan and
Hmm.
hung out with Steven and the guys from My Wife's Gonna Kill Me, and they picked me up on the way out there, and so there were six of us in the van, and he was with us that first trip, and we all talked about everything. And one of the things we talked about was that he had written his children's book years ago,
Right.
and as soon as he said that, I'm like, ooh. Hopefully, I might get to know this guy a little bit better, and I might approach him and ask him if he'd be interested. And that's how, I mean, in a nutshell, that's how it happened. So we became, buddies through that, got to know each other through that. And I just approached him, said, "Hey, would you be interested? I'll send you my manuscript and see what you think." And he was instantly on board. So, and I mean, what a, not only an incredible talent, but it's the sweetest guy, right? And so
Yeah.
he's
Right.
just perfect for it. Absolutely perfect. I couldn't have been more blessed, more lucky to have just have it happen that way.
Yeah. You couldn't have picked a better person to help you with this for sure.
Yeah.
Um, it's been really cool having the book at Legion's Con for a couple of years and being able to get you and Emil's signature whenever people buy it. So that to me is another like um really cool thing on top of that
Yeah. That's
is
been a lot of fun. Yeah.
being able to have it signed. And then, I've been able to share it with a couple of elementary schools that are around us. So that's
That's
been
so, so appreciated. Yeah. I
yeah.
just, any chance I get, I just say, yeah, help spread the word, put up reviews on Amazon, whatever you can do. Like I said, until I can really, really devote some time and energy to trying to promote it a little bit more. So because that's
So if,
mainly how it's been. It's just been word of mouth, so it's been great.
right. So if you don't have it, Two Words That Saved Christmas by Nate Strong and illustrated by Emil. Um, Everybody needs to go get one of these to keep at your house. And then how many ever elementary schools are around you, grab one and go give it to them.
Yeah, libraries, elementary schools.
Yeah. Because it's
Yeah, I
so
love Eugene here. So hearing stuff like it's been a staple in our household around Christmas, stuff like that. People saying that it's become, or it's going to become, or it has over the last couple of years, an annual tradition to bring it out and read it every year. Like that, just I mean, talk about warming your heart. It's just I couldn't ask for any better stories.
yeah. It is amazing. And what a friendship. I mean, something that a simple friendship, you guys met on a drive, you know, halfway across the country,
Yeah,
talking, getting to know each other, and then all of a sudden you are publishing a book together.
yeah. I'm a massive believer in things happen for a reason. I don't necessarily believe too much in consequences, so I think that
Yeah.
was absolutely meant to be. Yeah.
All right. Curtis, there are three.
Uh,
There are three chuggas before the choo choo. 12 years, Curtis. Teaching 2-year-olds. I know
she's an
there are
expert.
three chuggas before the choo choo. Do you know how I know that? Because I have walked in a line time after time after time for 12 years saying chugga, 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 choo choo.
He
Four
says
chukkas.
Chugga,
four.
choo
I don't know
choo.
where you
You've
get
been doing
four.
it wrong your whole life.
Chugga, 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 choo choo.
No,
There are
it's
three.
chugga, 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 choo choo.
There are three.
Get it together, Tanya.
Here, I was going to say two. What do I know?
There
Look
are
at
three.
Oh,
look at us.
two if you're in a hurry. Chugga,
Two if
chugga,
you're in a
choo
hurry.
choo.
There are three because chugga, 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 choo choo, chugga, 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 choo choo, chugga, 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 choo. You try to keep 2-year-olds in line without doing chuggas. Doesn't happen.
Ain't going to happen.
I've done it, but I turn it into a conga line.
There you go. I want to party with you, Amber.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. Now, that is fantastic, and I'm excited. They can go to Amazon right now and purchase the book, and it
Yep.
will be created and mailed to them, and they will have it for all the people. So,
Yep.
go get all the books.
Go get them.
And then, if you want them signed, bring them to Legion's Con next year and get Nate and Emil to sign them, and then take them back and give them out as Christmas presents.
There you go.
Just
Yep.
saying. Just saying. That's the way you
Happy
do
to sign it. It's only an extra $10 per signature.
it.
For letter.
Just kidding. Yeah, there you go. That's when I sign it. Nathan Strong.
Yeah. All right, Nate. We have two final questions for you.
Oh boy. Two.
All right. Two.
Dude.
Yeah. One, the first one I'm going to ask, and the last one Amber's going to ask.
Okay.
The first one is, we know the dragon is one of 5 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, they said they were all going to be dragons.
Yes.
But then Jeremy backtracked and said, well, no, they don't necessarily have to all be dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not all dragons, what would you think the other 4 pillars could possibly be?
Oh. Well, let's see. I thought I've heard some speculation about Beathirs from the west. So that potentially leaves east, north, south, and then the underworld.
Underworld. Mm-hmm.
And if that was the case, I maybe would guess that we could potentially get a sort of an Eastern inspired, maybe dragon, another dragon.
Yeah.
From the north, I've always said I would love to see a full size giant. Like we've got half giants. I'd love to see a full size giant, and I think of like one from Game of Thrones kind of a look. It'd be super cool
Yes.
from the north.
Yes.
I'm not sure what we'd see from the south. I don't know, for whatever reason. I think for some reason I think water when I think south. I don't know why, but maybe like a kraken or something kind of crazy. Now that we're getting into the sea with our new lore and our new stories, in the underworld could be some crazy demon Balrog type entity. I don't know. But I've also thought of, um, I know like between Chinese mythology and regular mythology, there's like five pillars. There's like, I think, wood, fire, um, water. Is it maybe wind and metal?
Hmm.
Or there's different versions of that. So I could see some things like fire maybe bringing about a phoenix. I think
Ooh.
maybe wood or earth. I think we maybe have covered with Beathir because he's sort of a
Mhm.
forest.
Forest. Yeah.
I'd love to see a griffin.
Ah, yeah. Griffin.
I said kraken. Yeah, I don't know. I don't spend a ton of time wishing and speculating on stuff just because I know everything we're gonna get's gonna be
Amazing.
absolutely mind blowing. So whatever they bring, I'm all for it. I'm actually kind of glad it's not going to be five dragons though, and I hope we get a variety of sizes just because I know this thing's going to be so freaking massive, and who's got the space for five things like that size? So I hope they're not all that massive.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. Whatever it's going to be incredible.
It is. It is. All right, Amber. Last question.
So, what is one thing you can tell us that you haven't told anyone else?
Oh my gosh, you guys! I racked my brain so hard over this. Um, I'm pretty open book, and if I haven't told anybody, it's for a reason. I don't have a lot of deep dark secrets. But what I came up with is this. I don't think I've told anyone this. I think it was, I don't know, somewhere between first and second, maybe third grade. I don't remember. But did you guys ever play a game called Seven Up when you were
Oh,
in class?
yeah.
Do you Will you put your head down on the desk?
Mhm. Any
Okay,
thumbs
so
up?
seven people go up to the front, right? And everyone puts their head down on the desk, and those seven people get to go out into the classroom and touch somebody's head, and then they go back up there, right? And if you got touched, you try and guess who was the one that touched you, and if you guess correctly, you get to go up. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that devised this little scheme, but I figured out that if I put my head down, like not fully on the desk, but just sort of kind of hanging off the desk, I could see people's feet. So I cheated, and I could see who tapped on me, and I could pick out their shoes. And the only reason I wanted to do it because I wanted to get up there so bad so I could pick on the girl that I liked in class. And so
Yeah.
that's my big dark secret. I cheated. So ashamed. I cheated in the game Seven Up when I was in first grade. Heads
Oh,
up,
that
Seven
is
Up. Maybe
funny.
that's what it was, Rob. Yeah, that
Mhm.
sounds more like it.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you wanted to get up
Curtis.
there
That was supposed to be
so
between
that
me and
you
you.
could pick the
So
girl
that I had a crush on.
that
Yeah.
you had a crush on.
Yep.
That is fantastic. That is great. See all the cool stuff that we
Oh
hear.
God, I feel like such a weight lifted off my shoulders, you guys. Thank you for this therapy session. Dylan says he did the same thing, so okay, I'm not the only
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, Nate, thank you so much.
Oh, you guys, you kidding me? It's been a pleasure. I'm so glad it finally worked out. I'm Yeah, can't thank you enough for having me on. Love you guys. Love your
Oh,
show. Love seeing you guys in person. You're the best. Love your other halves. You guys are great.
Well,
You're
we
great.
so appreciate you, and hoping and praying that Amber and Ryan make it to MuskeCon.
Yes, man, that'll
Um,
be
Yeah.
amazing. You got to do it, you guys. Make
Kevin
it
and
happen.
Kevin and I are have made plans to be there. So as far as I know, that we will be there. Unless
Cool.
something crazy
Be
comes
here
up,
before we
we
know
should
it.
be there. Um, but looking forward to seeing you, hanging out, and don't forget to ask Kevin his ski story.
Yes, remind me. Have to do that.
You are gonna laugh until you cry. I
I
mean,
want the ski
it's
story,
hilarious.
and I want pics of the Millennium Falcon above the fireplace. You gotta see pics.
It's so good. It's so good.
Love it.
All right. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Amber, great seeing you this week. We have missed you last week, but super excited to have you back.
Great to be back.
We have a very, very special and exciting um, coming up, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. You are not going to want to miss that show. Mark it on your calendar. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss it. It is going to be
Ooh,
fan freaking tastic. So
awesome.
everybody
I'm
join
excited.
us in 2 weeks for that show. I will be on Saturday Mod Squad. Come paint with me. We are painting a Chicago Bears.
Duh, Bears.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears Mercurian. So
Cool.
stop by and see us as we paint on Saturday. And Nate, you guys will be on this upcoming Monday.
We will. Yep. Stay
Okay.
tuned. We
All
will
right.
indeed.
Nate will be on this upcoming Monday. Amber will be back on with me in 2 weeks. Amber, do you have anything or any shows between now and 2 weeks that you guys are doing?
I don't think so.
ZoloCon is your first, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The first of the season.
Cool.
All right. So we are looking forward to seeing you guys when we see you again. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you guys on the next Legions Ladies Live. Bye, everybody.